is a burning thing.
What should I do in this dark world? What's my primary objective?
Okay, I see you've already set everything on fire over there.
For I can't help falling in love with you.
Whether he's making a restaurant that poisons his customers or picking up calls from old 2, we all love Kevin. But who is Call Me Kevin? Kevin zXNoRegretzzXz O'Reilly, also known as Call Me Kevin, is a popular cult leader and YouTuber who has, at the time of making this video, amassed a total of 2.6 million subscribers and will likely continue to grow. But how did zXNoRegretzzXz or Call Me Kevin get to this point? Kevin's story starts on November 10th, 1993, when he was born in Cork, Ireland. However, this is not Kevin's only birthday, as Kevin's birthday is every day. Happy birthday, Kevin.
It is not my birthday.
Anyway, Kevin's early life was filled with quite a bit of problems. Although the first 10 years of his life were pretty normal, he describes this time as doing what I do now with less talking. Except from when he reached 6, he hit his head one time and managed to pick up a nice little scar under his eye. During the first 2 or 3 years of primary school, Kevin had quite a happy time. He made many friends. This takes a turn, however, as during his 3rd and 4th years of primary, he began having really bad stomach problems, which caused him to miss a lot of school, and at some point he began to throw up blood. The doctors didn't know what was causing this, so they started to perform X-ray scans to figure out what was going on, and came to the conclusion that it was because of a number of ulcers that formed in his stomach, which happened to appear because of stress. This wasn't the only problem Kevin had to face. He also had a problem with his ear, which he had to get fixed by having a small hole cut inside the canal. This made him sensitive to any loud noises, which he struggled a lot with. He had to watch TV at 1 volume. All of this meant Kevin missed around a year of school. As he transitioned into secondary school, his stomach problems began to go away and everything seemed to get better. He made quite a few new friends and had quite an enjoyable time at secondary school. He was self-described as a C to B student, saying he didn't put much effort into his studies. He finished exams, got to near the end of the last year, and then his stomach problems returned. This caused him to yet again miss months of school, and during this time off, Kevin would play many different video games. And also at this time he began watching YouTube, and ended up stumbling upon the gameplay content, which he quickly became very interested in, and he began to make his own videos. He started making skits, and the people over at Machinima decided to add zXNoRegretzzXz onto their creator list. At first he made very little money from his videos, but eventually he started a series named How to Annoy, which started to pop off in terms of views, and Kevin started to make quite a lot of money. Kevin tried returning to school, but his stomach problems persisted and he ended up leaving the same day he came back. Soon after, he and his parents decided that the best choice of him was to drop out. He then continued making videos, and his How to Annoy series as well as his numerous Minecraft videos, that's right, Kevin was a Minecraft YouTuber, began to take off, and it got to a point where becoming a full-time YouTuber was actually an available option for Kevin, and then he became partnered. Kevin then moved to Scotland for a year, but he became unhappy because of how he was unable to go out and make friends due to the time he spent making his videos. So after the 1 year, he returned to his homeland of Ireland. After about a year and a half of basically doing what he was doing in Scotland over at Ireland, his YouTube channel began to go downhill due to the lack of work ethic, and Kevin decided he needed a career change. Kevin lived opposite to a CEX store and decided that he wanted to run his own store as he would be able to have more social interaction, and so he began to get into contact with CEX, and he, after many interviews, managed to get the job and lived the standard life running a shop for about 3 years. But then, once again, tragedy struck Kevin. He watched the Batman vs Superman movie. But it doesn't end there. When he was returning to his car, he was involved in a car accident. Some driver was driving in the wrong lane and ended up hitting Kevin when he was returning to his car. This created a lot of problems for zXNoRegretzzXz. One of the main ones that he couldn't lift his arms above his shoulders, which when you're working in a shop is a pretty bad problem to have. This made him really on edge, and after about 11 months he decided to sell his business back to CEX. And since he was unable to get back into work immediately, he became bored and decided to pick up making YouTube videos again. So he decided to rebrand himself. He made a new channel, of which around 8,000 people instantly subscribed to him from his old community. He invested a lot of his time into his videos, and with the help of Patreon supporters he was able to keep himself up. He grew slowly for around 3 months, and then Kevin made an Ouya video, which ended up exploding, and he rapidly grew after that. He then started to stream on Twitch to have a place where he can hang out with his community. And while most of his content is usually solo, sometimes he collabs with the Irish lads RT Game and Jacksepticeye, as well as various other content creators. And since then he has also done various kinds of music videos, as well as other styles of content. Call Me Kevin was one of the first YouTubers that made me genuinely laugh. His content is extremely funny, entertaining, and I still remember what the first video I watched was because of how much I was laughing. He is one of my many inspirations, and I hope one day I can make content that is of the same quality as his. Anyway, I'm gonna end the video there. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about Call Me Kevin, remember to leave a comment. Also, remember to like and subscribe if you would like to see more. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.